Good morning, student. Today's topic is properties of materials. Already we have discussed two properties. That is what? First one is appearance. What is that? First one is appearance. 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 Second one is hardness. Hardness. Second one is hardness. Third one is insoluble. What is that? Soluble, or you can say soluble, or insoluble. That is in previous video I have written wrong spelling of this soluble or insoluble. Got it na? Correct it. So here appearance, hardness, soluble or insoluble. Insoluble. So these are the three properties we have studied, but other properties are there. There are many properties of materials are there. Materials have many properties, physical properties, chemical properties. There are many properties, but only that primary properties are appearance, hardness, and soluble and insoluble. Today we will discuss about soluble and insoluble. Soluble and insoluble. So what? By taking an experiment, by doing an activity, we will understand how this soluble or insoluble substance can be understood. So soluble. BLE. Got it na? Soluble. Soluble. What happened here? Soluble means take a beaker, take a container. In that container, you collect some samples of substance such as, first one is sugar. Sugar, it is not visible, I think so. That is, today I will. First one is sugar, you take. Sugar. Then next, second one is salt. First one is sugar, then second one is salt, third one is sand, fourth one is you take sodax, that is sodas, it's not got it na. So you are taking sugar, salt, sand and sawdust. Fourth one is sawdust. You are taking sawdust. So what happened? Yes, sugar, salt, sand, sawdust you are taking. You are taking four materials, different materials. What happened? Take in water. Take a liquid, that is, fill this container with water. Fill this container with water. What happened? First you test sugar. You keep 1 teaspoon of sugar, you just mixed in water. Does it disappear in this substance? Does it disappears in water? If it disappears, yes, it disappears because it dissolved. It get dissolved in it. It is not separating. This sugar can dissolve in water. If you put this sugar, after some time you will not find any solid particles. We can say sugar. You cannot find sugar. It is dissolved in water. If you keep salt, does it disappear? Yes, it disappears. So salt can disappear or salt can dissolve in it. And if you keep a sand, does it disappear? No. What happened? It separated from the water and it will settle at the bottom part. It settle in the bottom part because this sand does not dissolve in water. So this sand is called insoluble substance. What about sugar? Sugar is called, it is a soluble substance because it is dissolving water. If it is dissolved in water, salt and sugar are called soluble. These two are called soluble. These two are called soluble in water, soluble substance. And sand and sawdust, the sand may settle at the bottom part and the sawdust may float on the water, So these are not dissolved in water, these are called insoluble substance. These are called insoluble substances. Got it now? So this is how you will find there are different solid. This is the solid part. What about the liquid? Does the liquid also dissolve in water, or it separated from the water? Got it now? You will test. So you take some liquids like such as vinegar. First one is vinegar. Second one is lemon juice. Vinegar, lemon juice, and then third one is you take coconut oil. Coconut oil, it is not visible. I am sorry for this inconvenience. Got it now? You are taking vinegar, coconut oil. Got it now? Here we are taking what? Vinegar, 2 lemon juice, and also you are taking 4 coconut oil. You are taking coconut oil and also kerosene. Just this we will take these 3 parts: vinegar, lemon juice, coconut oil. If you dissolve in water, what happen? Vinegar, it will mix easily. It will dissolve, or you can say it can mix easily. But lemon juice, what happen? It can dissolve in it. It can also mix. But what about coconut oil, kerosene? They cannot mix. They are separated, and they can separated and they will float on the free surface of water. They are not, this oil, coconut oil, kerosene, they will not mix in the water. So we can say there are certain substance, certain liquids which are soluble and insoluble. There are certain solid which is soluble and insoluble. Like coconut oil, insoluble. Vinegar, lemon juice, these are soluble. These are soluble liquid. If you talk about liquid, and also if you talk about gases are also present in water. How these animals, like aquatic animals, they live in water. They require oxygen to breathe in, right? So in water also there is presence of oxygen, that is gas. Gas also dissolve in water. So we can say gas like oxygen is soluble in water. Yes, it is soluble in water. So liquids such as coconut oil, insoluble. All oils, coconut oils, kerosene, petroleum, these products are all insoluble in water. Lemon juice, vinegar, these are soluble. If you talk about solid, sugar and salt, these are soluble. If you talk about sawdust, and if you talk about others like sand, these are insoluble. So today's chapter you talk about solid. This is one of the properties of material. And if you talk about some certain objects may float or sink in water. If you take an object which may sink or float on water. If you take a container, you keep some in this activity. Already we have done certain activities in which here coconut oil can sink inside this water. No, it can float on the free surface of water. It will float on the free surface of water. Coconut oil. Lemon juice, it will dissolve. But if you see in other activities like solid parts like sand, if you keep a sand in the water, what happens? It will float? No, it will sink down. It will touch in the bottom. Why this is happening? Because of high density. This sends a more density than compared to this water, therefore they sink to the bottom of the container. So there are certain objects which can float on the water and which are dissolving, which can sink in the water. If you see this sheaf is made of food, and this is sheaf made up of iron also, but sheaf having a less density compared to water, therefore they will not sink. And the shape of in which the sheaf is made, it makes the sheaf to float on the water. There are several dynamics of sheaf in order to study. So here some like you will go to near ponds, you will go to nearby ponds, there are dry leaves which will fall on the water. What happen? It will float on the water. What is now? Certain substances are there which can float and which can also dissolve. If you throw a stone in the water, into the water, you will find stone floating on the water? No, because it is having high density, therefore it will sink inside the water. So these are the objects. There are certain objects which are, if you keep a honey in water, if you put honey in water, what happens? This honey will sink inside, it will go inside because of high density, this from today's class this much. Next class we will talk about transparency and translucent material. I'm sorry for this inconvenience of writing. You are not able to see properly because of this problem in writing pen. Got it now? So next time I will make sure that it may be properly visible to you all. Thank you.